Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. And today is another video, and we're going to be working on our 2003 Mach 1 and finally going to see if we can get this wing off and hopefully not have to deal with the extra drill holes and stuff on this trunk lid. So guys, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jorge and here we love cars. I've got a 2003 Mach 1 Mustang, as you guys see here, and I also have a 2019 Camaro SS, which I am working on trying to make really fast with bolt-ons and stuff and taking it to the drag strip. Now this is just my kind of little project restoration daily, and we've already done some small little things like remove the louvers that this thing came with, and today we're focusing on this wing. So after doing my research, this wing is actually a Roush Stage 3 wing, and they don't make these anymore. But I'm not a big fan of it, guys. I don't really think it goes well with the car, at least not in this form, the way it is with the stock body kit. Maybe if it was an actual Roush, it might go with it, but this wing just doesn't, to me, it doesn't flow well with this car, so it's got to go. Now, the wing itself is, as you can see here, not mounted straight to the factory holes. It's actually mounted on the edges, so there's going to be some holes drilled here on the edges. So when we remove it, if we wanted to go back to the factory stock wing, we'd end up with holes on the side of the trunk lid. Now that's not what we want, and the only way to correct those holes is by filling them in, and then that would mean having to repaint the whole trunk lid, and that's not something I'm trying to do. So luckily, these cars are gotten to the point where they're 16 years old and more than likely going to be able to find some at junkyards. And I found a couple at one of the junkyards here local to me that I believe could have a matching trunk lid for this car. So we're gonna go ahead and head out to the junkyard and try to find a trunk lid with the stock wing for this car. Now, as you guys know, again, this is a Mach 1, so the ones that I found probably won't have that badge. It might have a GT badge, but it's okay because we got to remove the badge anyways to go ahead and do our paint correction. And then I've already placed an order for a replacement badge here so that we can just pop this trunk off and, you know, put it off to the side, paint correct the new color matching black one with the stock wing, and have basically a whole new trunk with the stock wing that the car actually came with, and not have to deal with these holes or painting or any of that, and should be a lot cheaper. So let's go to the junkyard, see what we can find, and hopefully we get a good deal on parts. Well guys, we're back from the junkyard, and let me tell you, I don't normally go to junkyards, and this was my first time in forever, long time. First, you know, I did find the wing. It's not in the best shape, but all the bolts and stuff are under. I am missing one of these nuts, but I should be able to find one pretty easily. And this is black. It is going to need to get repainted, as you guys can see up top, but it's going to work for what we're trying to do. And I was able to get that for 20 bucks. Online, I think a new one sold for around $90 plus painting. This is going to probably cost a little bit cheaper. So right now we are going to remove the old Roush wing and put this one, see just how it fits, and probably rock it for a little while until we get it painted. Let's go ahead and just start working on swapping out these wings and seeing how it looks. Before we install this thing, one thing you kind of hear is there's water in this wing. I guess it's gotten in from when the trunk's been kind of laid out upright or whatever the case may be. So what I'm going to do is use this little small drill bit and just drill a small little weep hole down here to drain all the water out. That can always be covered up once we get this painted and taken to paint job. Alright, we drilled the weep hole, and now we're just draining all the water out, making sure everything is dry in there. And then we can go ahead and install it on the car. So this Roush spoiler looks like it was actually mounted on by 4 screws on the very edges here, guys. I thought they'd be mounted through these little holes here, but it was just right above, and I believe it's just double-sided taped on there, so we should be able to. Alright, there we have it, guys. It was super easy. Remove the wing. What do you guys think of it without a wing? It looks too plain. Looks like it still needs something, but as you guys can see, the guy that owned this car definitely loved silicone, because he used this pretty much everywhere. It was starting to rust, and you can see these holes were drilled through the trunk lid, so that's gonna have to get sealed on both ends. And then of course you still have the factory mounting points, which is where we're gonna bolt up the factory wing. So let's go ahead and remove these clips here so we can mount the new wing and clean this up and see just how it looks. Alright guys, there it is. We've got the factory wing back on, and to me that looks so much cleaner and nicer than our Roush stage 3 wing, which I have right here. And this wing, as you guys can tell, was just basically siliconed and, you know, screwed in on these little points here with these screws. So gonna put that back in there. Definitely want to use better screws, but this is the Roush wing, guys, and man, that looks so much better. I'm glad I decided to go with the GT wing, guys. It's definitely gonna give it that more sleek look, not as extensive or crazy as this one was. But either way, this is not a bad wing for someone that might like it, and you know, maybe they will. So let me know in the comments down below, guys, what do you guys think of the new wing here? I think it looks much better. Let me know what you guys think. I think this is looking much better, much cleaner, much nicer, and just much sleeker overall. It doesn't give it that crazy, I don't know, extension in the back, and it's gonna bring back the originality of this car. Of course, we are gonna need to go back and paint it, along with fill in these drilled holes and get the whole rear trunk lid painted as well. If you guys notice, I don't have this lower window trim seal, which I've already ordered and is on its way. That'll be here. But another thing that I've also done is, one thing that this car had interior wise was these clips here were pretty loose. This side was kind of nice and snug, but this side actually didn't have the clips, and so I was able to find some at the junkyard. So let's go ahead and install those and see if it makes a difference with this loose shifter bezel here. Okay guys, so I've put in the clips and it is much better, guys, much tighter, not looser. When you would put the shift in to go like into second or into fourth, this whole thing would just shove and move. Whole thing would move. Now it's nice and tight. So go into second, third, fourth, fifth, and then even third, and it's nice and snug. So we fixed a few things on the car, and we've got the rear wing, original factory wing, back on, and I think this looks much better, much sleeker, especially from the back side, guys. Let me know in the comments down below again, what do you guys think? We've got a few more things we're gonna do. Of course, we're gonna need to get the trunk lid taken to go paint, wing, the front bumper needs to get painted, and we need to do a full paint correction on this car. Once we do that, guys, that's pretty much it for the interior, besides trying to find an awesome set of wheels and maybe doing some exhaust tips, because these tips here, I believe this one's a little bit crooked and they're kind of small, so trying to get a little more nice look in the back, guys. So that is it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.